If you're a business owner and your wife threatened you with divorce, you're in the process of a divorce or just post-divorce, and you feel that you've been completely blindsided, have no idea what's going on, then this video is for you. Yes, this video is for you because in this video, we're gonna talk about how almost always business owners, entrepreneurs, C-level executives who are so focused on their business and their career, when their wife hits them with the "I love you and I'm not in love with you" line, or "I need space," they're completely blindsided. So here we're going to talk about the signs that you missed because you were checked out, that she was trying to give you, that the universe was trying to give you, that you completely missed. All right, just stay to the very end. So this happens because most guys, especially guys who are very successful, who are entrepreneurs, they're very focused on their business. They're very focused on their career. So they think, just like myself, hey, if I provide, if I give her the house, the nanny, the car, the schools, and I check all the boxes, then I'm good. Then I'm, like the kids like to say, then I'm Gucci. But the truth is that women need more than that. And not only women, any sort of intimate relationship, interpersonal relationship that really has substance, they need this thing called presence. And we talk a lot about this on this channel. What is presence? What is presence? Well, presence is being in the here and now. And a lot of these successful entrepreneurs, like myself included, yeah, I mean, you had so much going on, you have so many employees, you got to make payroll, you got to close this client, and the mind's always going. So when you get home, you kind of continue, you may be on your phone, or you have some sort of crisis, or you have to send an email, and you're not present. And although your wife can appreciate everything you do for her in terms of financially and the children and all of that, that is important, but what's also important is the emotional connection. One of the things that I used to do is like, okay, well, listen, I close this big client, we're gonna go out and have a fancy dinner. We'll go have a fancy dinner. And in my mind, I thought, well, this is enough. Like, she's gotta be happy. Like, we make more money than most people, and not everyone can afford this sort of restaurant, and not anyone can afford what we're going to do. So in my mind, I'm thinking she's happy, and sure, surface level, she's happy, but the emotional connection wasn't there. I mean, see it this way. It's like you're watering a plant. Watering meaning, yeah, we're going to take you out on date nights, or maybe vacations, or I'll buy you a fancy gift. Yeah, you're pouring water on the plant meaning your wife, the plant meaning your family and the marriage, but the soil is toxic. Meaning the soil is like the core, the soil is like where you give from yourself and you put in the soil so that the plant can grow. And meaning giving from yourself, it's not, yes, it's all the work you do at home, at the office or in the business, but you're not giving from yourself, meaning from your heart. Because guys are always in their mind. They barely ever drop down to their heart because they're always thinking, and we're good at it, especially if we're strategists, if we're business strategists, if we close $1 million deals. We're like, man, I'm really smart. Like, and all these people think I'm really smart, and yeah, that's important, and that's gotten you business success. But when it comes to your interpersonal relationships, your really deep relationships, they don't need a smart person. They need a loving person. And love doesn't come just from buying fancy gifts or giving vacations or what have you. Yeah, those things are nice. They're like ice cream on the cake, but they're not the cake. And you have to bake the cake. How do you bake the cake? By being present, by being there, by caring, by making her your priority, by making sure that she feels loved. And feeling loved doesn't have to be a fancy thing. It could just be spending, deep eye contact. But again, these very successful businessmen, they're just always so busy running with their mind that they just don't do that. They think, well, what is she going to complain about? Well, look at where we live, right? And that's probably why you're probably watching this video, because they hit you with the "I love you, I'm not in love with you," and you're asking yourself, what is going on? I don't understand how this woman can leave me. And by the way, look at all these other women over here who would love to have someone like me, successful, with accolades, maybe powerful in your community. But yeah, on surface level, you're going to be attractive to those people. But underneath it, if there isn't an emotional connection that you sort of put that fertile soil, it's not gonna grow. That's one aspect. The other aspect that most people miss, and if you're watching this video to this point, I'm very happy because now we're gonna dive even deeper. A lot of these very successful people are successful because they avoid making contact with their emotions. And I know because that was me. So I was led to believe with my family, my community, if I just make money, then I'm good. If I just make money, then I'm enough. If I just make money, then I'm accepted. So you focus so much on your career looking for that. Am I good enough? Am I enough now? And a lot of guys kind of miss this because they're just so focused on grinding and growing the business and making money, and they miss this part. But if you're watching this video, especially if you're now here at the 5 minute mark, is because something has resonated with you. And I believe God's telling you, like, this is the root. This is the not enoughness. There's a not enoughness wound. And this is kind of what we do, the work we do here at Divorce to Dominance. We really dive deeper for men who are going through the divorce process or have been threatened with divorce so that we can get to the root cause, because it's never on the outside, it's always on the inside. What is it in me that got me to this situation? How did I get myself to this situation? It's taking 100% accountability and responsibility for your actions that got you to this point. So sure, you can say your ex-wife was anxious, or she was avoiding, or she cheated, or her family is very manipulative, or name whatever excuse. And those things could be true on the surface level, but deeper than that is, who were you to her? Meaning from an emotional perspective. And again, if you're a successful business owner, an entrepreneur, you thought, just like I was, hey, I'm checking all the boxes, but the biggest box you forgot to check was the presence box. And it's not only important for your wife or your ex-wife, it's also important for your children. Because that also happened to me. I was so checked out emotionally, I didn't make contact with myself because I had this huge not enough wound that I was not present with my kids. So now that I'm divorced, it's interesting, the irony, I am more present with my kids than I was before. And that's what I want to teach you guys, and that's what we do in the community with Divorce to Dominance. We really dive deep to say, listen, what got you to this point? Take 100% accountability and responsibility for your actions. Because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. I mean, maybe it matters to you, of course, whether you win your wife back or don't win your wife back. But truly what it matters, this is you having your own experience. And if you don't fix this, if you don't fix the way how you love or the way you express love, not with gifts and performance, but with the actual presence, then you're going to repeat it again and again and again and again. And that's why I work with business owners or entrepreneurs or C-level executives who are really ready to say, I've had enough. That I've been carrying with this all my life. I've been running with work. I've been running from it. I've been running to be successful in my life. I've checked off all the boxes. I've had the money, the power, the career, the assets, the material things, but something's missing. That something's missing, and maybe that something missing is being juxtaposed with your potential divorce. And the reason, what I believe, is God calling you to say, listen, you need to wake up. You need to wake up because what you're doing is not working. Yeah, on the outside, you're performing. On the outside, you're providing. And that is important. I'm not saying it's not important. But deeper than that is, are you tapping into presence? Are you tapping into love? Are you tapping into your heart? And a lot of you guys might not really understand what I'm saying, because it might be maybe somewhat of an abstract concept, because you're saying, how could she mean I don't love her? Look at all the things I do for her. She's my priority. And maybe she is on paper, but is she really deep down? Because ultimately, this is not about, yes, it's about learning how to love her, but it's ultimately learning about how to love yourself. That's truly what the crux of all this is. And if you've been very successful, chances are you believe, like I believe, that love came from success. Love came from performance. And if you don't fix this now, you're going to continue to carry this over and over and over and over again. I'm a big football fan, and my favorite position was linebacker, even though I never got to play, but I just had a lot of aggression in me. I like to hit people. And obviously, one of my favorite linebackers, if not my favorite linebacker, is Ray Lewis from the Baltimore Ravens, who some of you guys might know. And he's been one of the most decorated, one of the most successful linebackers maybe of all time. But if you peel back the onion and you go into his story and you dive deep, there's a lot of pain there. His mom was, and I say this not in a bad way, Ray. If you're watching this, I love you, bro. I just want to use you as an example how we all carry pain that drives us forward. So his mom got pregnant when he was 15. His dad was in there, so his mom told this guy named Ray Lewis, to sign the birth certificate so that she can get the benefits because he was in the army or in the military. And then he met his dad, I think, when he was older, and he just raised by a single mom. And he would tell you, like, if you ask him, it was this pain that drove him to be the most successful he could ever be in the football field. And good for him. Good for him. I don't know his personal life outside of what he's spoken, but it's almost like what the Bible says: what good does it do for a man to gain the whole world but lose his soul? So what good does it do for you to be this outstanding entrepreneur, this outstanding businessman, this outstanding maybe top executive, but you have not been able to capture love? And yes, that's it. It's boiled down that. So, and that's what we do here with Divorce to Dominance, because we teach you what happened and why did it happen, what got you to this point, how to manage the pain of divorce, separation, because it could be overwhelming, how to restore your power in yourself, to believe in yourself again, and eventually potentially restore her heart. But that's almost a result of you working on yourself. So if you're interested in working with me, go ahead and click in the link in the description below, and we can schedule a call and see if you're a really good fit for the program. The program's growing. I'm getting more people to come. And I'm really excited about just helping men transform and tap into truly who they are, so that they can stop running from life. They can stop running from success. I mean, they can stop running from life by acquiring success or material things. And they can finally feel the peace and the love that you can find once you find yourself. And once you have that, then you can provide that to your loved ones with power and presence and being in the here and now. So that's all I have for this video, guys. Again, if you want to work with me, click the link in the description. Until next time, take care now. Bye-bye then. And remember who you are.